Have you ever been stuck in the middle of multiple books and you just feel like you can't finish anything? Well, baby, same. I'm literally in that current predicament. And I'm tired of it. I'm gosh darn motherfucking tired of it. As soon as I finish my Goodreads goal, 3 months in advance, thank you very much, all of a sudden I'm acting brand new. All of a sudden I don't know how to finish a book. That's crazy. I literally do this like for a job. I need to continue to read. But for some reason, I keep getting in the middle of books and then I'm not finishing it. So today, we need to fix that. Now, first up on the finish list is The Lost Bookshop by Evie Woods. Now, if you guys remember, I talked about this book like almost a month ago. It took me so long to continue to read it, and I don't know why, because initially when I started reading it, I absolutely loved it. I thought it was so good. There were so many quotes that I loved, and I just loved her writing in general. And now, even though we're like 68% of the way done through the book, I still really appreciate her writing, but I just feel like the tactics she's using to elongate the book or to continue the plot is just lowering the value of the book. There's a lot of miscommunication for one thing, and I'm just like, it is so unnecessary. Normal people would not react like this in this type of situation, and it kind of takes away from it because I find myself being annoyed. So naturally, I don't want to pick up the book again. I've been reading this book for like 2 months. So that's insane. And the book isn't necessarily bad, but like maybe I'm in a reading slump and I can't tell. And being in the middle of so many books is definitely not helping. So I feel like if we can finish these, accomplish something today, I will feel better about reading again. You know what I'm saying? You get it. You get it. Okay, we're making good progress. So far, I only have about 20 more minutes left in this book. It wasn't as bad as I guess my subconscious thought it was. Like, I'm not enjoying it. It's just, it was really good in the beginning. Like, initially, if y'all remember, I thought it was going to be a 5-star book. And now that I'm reading towards the end, I know I still only have 20 minutes left, but I'm thinking it's like a 3.5, maybe even a 4-star read, just because there's so many quotable moments and there was a lot of character growth and development that I really appreciated. I feel like the character growth definitely carried the book, but in the way that she did it sometimes, it was very annoying and it was just so back and forth, ticky-tacky, and I'm like, girl, just get to the point. We know, like, we already know. You know what I mean? You know, you get it. So that's the only reason why I had to take off points. And I just feel like maybe at some point she was just trying to add too much to the plot to make it a little bit more interesting. But I will say I do love her writing enough to where I definitely want to read some of her backlist. I think she has a few more books about books and I love that. So I definitely want to read some more of them. I just don't know if this one will be one of my favorites from her. Let me know in the comments below if you've read any books by this author and if there are any of her books that you definitely recommend that I should read. All right, final stretch. But before we do anything else, I do want to thank today's sponsor, Curology. Now, Curology is an online skincare program that creates custom formula as made for you. And it's super easy to get started. All you have to do is take their online quiz on their website. You let them know what skin conditions you're facing or what things that you want to focus on. So if you have dry or combination skin, oily, things like that. And then at the end of it, it does give you a recommendation of what products you should use, as well as a customized prescription product. So all I have to do is reach out to one of Curology's dermatology providers, let them know the updates I want to make or the things that I want to focus on now, and then from there they'll send me updated formulas. And as mentioned before, I've been using Curology for a few months now and I really genuinely see such a difference in my skin. Before, I used to have really bad hyperpigmentation. I think I mentioned that last time, but that's completely gone now, so that's incredible. So if you want to take advantage of Curology, I highly recommend using my link down below and start enjoying clear, hydrated skin just like me. All right, thank you again, Curology, for sponsoring this portion of the video. All right, we finished it. I think I'm gonna stick with my rating and leave it at a 3.5. It wasn't terrible and it wasn't as amazing as I thought it was gonna be, but I did enjoy the ending and I'm glad that we did finish it. And now we have another book checked off our list. The next book is actually my book club book for the month of October. I'm super excited to be reading this. This is Legendborn. I am not supposed to read the entire book this time, okay? We just have to read a few chapters. I will say though, with this book, the magic system is a bit complicated. This feels like a real fantasy book because the only fantasy books that I've read before this recently was like Fourth Wing. I felt like that was super easy to follow. Harry Harry Potter was super easy to follow. I don't know, I feel like all the other fantasy that I read was so easy to comprehend, and maybe it didn't really feel like romance. If anything, it was more like romantasy, but this is heavily fantasy. And I think that's why I'm having a little bit of a hard time understanding the magic system. And it's not just me. Like, everyone in the book club was just saying how they love the vibe, but they don't really understand the magic system. So it makes me happy that it's not just me. And there is a little bit of romance in here too, which I love. And not only that, the main character is a black girl and she has long curly hair. She sounds like she looks like me. So in my head, I am Brie. I am the main character, okay? I'm trying to figure out my life in here. And I just love that. It's so cool to see yourself represented in this way. And I find it really interesting because some people don't really understand the importance or significance of representation, but it's usually the people who are always represented. Like, of course you don't see the value in it because you always see yourself, but you have no idea how magical and how exciting it is when you hear about people that look like you. But not just that, but also understand your culture, understand the things that you have to do, like for your hair, which type of food you eat and stuff like that. I love that. Like in here, at one point she was talking about how she had to do her hair and she didn't want to have to wash it, but something happened and her hair got really dirty and she had to wash it. And she was like, I wasn't supposed to wash my hair for another week. I was like, girl, same, because I do my hair once a week. It feels good to be seen. And not only that, her best friend is also a minority too, and she's so sweet and so cute, and I love their relationship, even though it's a little bit rocky in the start. I don't want to say too much, but they didn't have like the best standing once she went off to college, and they do mention that on the back of the book. She goes off to college a little bit early for a program, and then things start to unravel. And I love that she has this other friend that tethers her to like reality, to just normal life, as she's embarking on this new journey into fantasy, into, you know, this other world. So it's just so cool. I'm loving it all completely, but I definitely feel like I need to not reread some chapters, but do some research on the magic system because I'm a little bit lost, but I think I understand enough to continue reading. You know what I'm loving about this book so far? There's two things. First of all, the writing is incredible. The writing is so good. She's so descriptive, and she has this uncanny ability to show human emotion and its minute little details and intricacies so well. Like, it's crazy. I really genuinely feel like I'm in this book. And not only that, she did a fantastic job of explaining and displaying grief in a way that I've never read in a book, like ever. As you guys know, like, I lost my grandma and she was someone very, very important to me. And I never, not one time found a single book or even person that understood what I was going through the way that it feels like she understands. It makes me feel like this author, like the real author, has lost somebody, because there's no way someone who is just looking from the outside in could understand it to that minute detail, which is just so insane. Like, so insane. This makes me happy that this book is a series, like it's a trilogy. So now I have 2 other books to read, and the 3rd book comes out next year in 2025. So I'm very excited. I am like falling in love with this character completely, and she has this little love interest. It's just starting to get good. Like page 209, all I have to say is, Nick, I'm giggling and kicking my feet. Like, Nick, stop, because if you keep going, we're gonna get married. That's like the vibe he's giving me, and he needs to calm down because it's too much right now. I'm not ready to get married, and he's too obsessed. Oh my goodness! Something so cute just happened. On page 216, it's too much. I'm really enjoying this book so far. I will say, you guys know I'm more of a slow burn kind of girly, and this is kind of picking up a little bit faster than I would have liked, like the romance in this, but it's still good. It's still really good. I'm just surprised, like, we're not even halfway through and I'm already giggling and kicking my feet. Like, what's happening? You know what I mean? But it's fine. I'm gonna trust the process. Everyone said this book is really good, so I believe. I am a believer. We're gonna see this one through. But it's almost 12. It's 11 something. It's 11 something. You see it. You see what I'm trying to say. No, you don't. So we'll pick this up again tomorrow. All right.
The next day.
Hey guys, it is day 2. I'm very excited to start reading, but before we do, I kind of just want to relax a little bit. I just didn't feel like reading yet because I had a few other things to do. I had to like do the thumbnail for this Sunday's video. Today's Sunday, by the way. And I had like other things to do, so I didn't really start reading. And now I just kind of want to relax before we go into reading because I just need a break, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's nice to take a break. So I got this really adorable coloring book from Amazon. It is literally the best thing ever. I'll link it down below. It's so freaking adorable. And so I've been spending a lot of my free time doing that instead of being on my phone or, I don't know, on the internet. So kind of want to do that today. I just don't know what page to pick. They're just so stinking cute. Look at this. I tried to buy some alcohol markers on Amazon, but they've been bleeding through the pages. So it's not my best work, but they are really cute. This is what I did last Sunday when we watched The Haunted Mansion. I was talking about it on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. But I was watching the movie with my niece and we just colored pages, and this is what I did last Sunday. So today I want to pick another one. Ooh, I think I want to do this one. Look how cute she is. Yeah, this is what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like how it came out, but it was relaxing. It's funny because when I was younger, I used to win coloring competitions, and now I feel like I forgot everything that I know. I feel like that's what happens when you stop doing the hobbies that you used to love, so I hope that the more I do this, the better I get. I looked more into the magic system for the book, and I'm starting to understand it a little bit better, so I'm hoping that when we read now, I'll really get the full story. Tonight, Alice's voice goes near supersonic in my ear. Yeah, I say as I stroll through campus. It's a gorgeous day, and I navigate the brick pathways with a smile on my face. On Wednesday, it was surreal to walk among thousands of Carolina students who had no idea what really went on at their school. Now it's Friday, and that secret feels like nothing at all. Yeah, it's getting good. Oh my goodness, I finished the section that I needed to for book club, and wow, so much happened in the last 2 chapters. It's insane. It almost feels like an African American studies class, and I love that. I love that for her. She's really laying the representation on thick, and I am here for it. And not only that, the story is getting so good. And I don't know where to turn. I don't know who to believe. I don't know who to trust. I don't know what to feel. Yeah, I'm invested. Now I have to warn you, I am in the middle of a 3rd book. The last book is, don't throw up. But the last book is Haunting Adeline. Now I was reading it for a project that I was going to do. I was going to do reading my first dark romance or whatever. And if I did a video on this, it would literally be me bullying this author. Like there's no way I could do a full video on this. And I genuinely do not want to read this book right now. Just for a heads up, it's not because it's dark romance. I feel like the twisted parts of the romance, the idea would have been good, but it's the same problems over and over again that I have with booktok romance books. And it's the cringy dialogue, the nicknames, the pet names. Like the plot is barely held together. It doesn't make sense. The main character's super annoying and not in a cute way. So it's not that it's a dark romance. It's the fact that it's a poorly written book, and I just cannot do that to myself right now. You guys know I'm gonna finish it because I can't DNF books for some weird reason, but I literally cannot torture myself like that again today. So I'm not gonna be reading it right now, but just know I am in the middle of one more book, and I'll finish it when I finish it. But that is all for today. I'm actually really proud of what we were able to accomplish. We finished one full book, and I was able to read over like 50 or 60 pages in this book, and it's gotten so good. Before I liked this book, but now I feel like I'm really invested in this book, and I'm definitely excited to read the next few ones just because the character, she is so cool. You know what she feels like? She feels like the best version of myself. Like she is who I want to be. Strong, brave, stubborn, but like in a good way. She fights for the right thing. She's caring. She loves people hard. I love everything about this girl so far. Yes, I'm only halfway through, but so far I am very pleasantly surprised and very, very impressed. All right, that is it for me. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.